Everybody, welcome back to the latest Manchester United news. Now, in this video, we'll be talking the latest Manchester United news. As always, this is the evening show. We have some huge updates around Andre Onana and Manchester United, which we will talk about as well. So, we got earlier today from the Telegraph. This came in from Mike McGrath. Andre Onana has been ruled out from the pre-season tour with a hamstring injury. Ruben Amorim is now weighing up whether to buy another goalkeeper before the Premier League gets away. He's been ruled out for 4 to 6 weeks. He will travel with the squad to America, but he's going to miss the entire pre-season. Onana is still expected to go on pre-season tour and have treatment in the US, but the injury leaves United with a dilemma on whether to sign another keeper before the transfer window closes. Monaco turned down the chance to buy Onana for 30 million last month. Now, listen, on the Onana situation, you never wish injury on anyone. Yes, he's not the greatest keeper and you probably want a better option. But again, listen, this injury does put United in a bit of a predicament. Who do we now play in goal? Because I don't think Bayinder's good enough. You'll probably see Tom Heaton play quite a few games in the tour, maybe Bayinder as well. I think this means we do need to go out and sign a keeper anyway. We've obviously been linked to, I forgot his name, the Brazilian guy, João Victor from Botafogo, who has a release clause of £5.9 million. That's his release clause. United are apparently going to activate that. But listen, this Onana thing has come at a pretty unfortunate time, I think. Listen, Radek Vitek is highly regarded at Manchester United, has returned from a successful loan spell with the Austrian club Linz, making him a candidate for the club's pre-season tour. Also, we scouted Sene Lemons, 23 at Antwerp. Radek Vitek, 21, is also highly regarded, which I just mentioned there. Again, it's frustrating. But listen, this is something that also was in the article released by The Athletic. Onana is set to remain Manchester United's first choice keeper for the upcoming season following a meeting last month between his representatives and the club. Thus, his injury presents a blow to the team. Bayindir, the second choice keeper, is the second choice keeper, but he did not impress during the matches he played, and therefore the officials have continued to monitor the goalkeeper market. João Victor is also on the list of potential targets. So, listen, Bayinder's not good enough. I think United will probably sign João Victor. We're not in for a number one keeper. I think what you will probably see happen is João Victor come in while Onana's injured, will sell Bayindir, and then João Victor will become a number two. I think that's definitely something that could happen. As I said, with Onana, he's set to remain as the first choice keeper. But I think United will go out and sign a keeper now. I mean, the fact that he has got this injury at this time before the season starts allows United to go in and sign a keeper, and that's something now we have to do. I think a goalkeeper is a position that was needed anyway. And yeah, we have to go out and get a keeper in. I think Onana, injury is unfortunate. He's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks, which is frustrating. In terms of other keepers, we've been linked with Donnarumma, but again, that's coming in from Team Talk, who, to be honest, aren't the most reliable. But listen, Onana, he's injured. He will miss the preseason, so he's expected to be out between 4 to 8 weeks. So that's mid to end August. Decent keeper, but again, he suffered this injury and it is very, very frustrating. So that's that. He is set to miss quite a bit of the preseason tour. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, Juventus pushing to sign Sancho. New contacts are taking place with not with Di Marzio. It's coming in from Di Marzio. New contacts taking place with United to find an agreement. Juventus are pushing for Sancho, so maybe they obviously want to sign Sancho. They're going to put in an offer around, what was it, £12.9 million. Again, isn't what you hope for, but it certainly is some sort of money that we can use, and it gets a player who's just not wanted at the club, not the greatest professional, and gets him out of Manchester United and gives us that opportunity to bring in another player and open the space for the squad. So that's the latest on Sancho. Now, this was also in the article. MBUEMO is expected to arrive at Manchester United this week before the squad goes on tour, with a breakthrough negotiation expected in the coming days. So we can have a huge MBUEMO breakthrough. Obviously, Andre Onana was key, apparently, in getting this deal, but yeah, that's the latest on MBUEMO. Hopefully, anyway. I mean, a breakthrough negotiations. United obviously negotiating there. Hopefully we can get this deal done as soon as we possibly can. Again, we know what's going on with the MBUEMO situation. We want to get that deal done now, and yeah, that's the hope, really, get the deal done. We can focus on bringing in these sorts of players. And MBUEMO, as I said, confident that a deal will get done with Manchester United. That's what we've been hearing anyway. He will be with the squad before we go on to pre-season tour. Again, we've seen all the medical stuff, medical this week, medical this. Like, no one, you can tell people are like pretty uncertain on what's going on, and not many people know what's going on with MBUEMO. So let's see what happens. He's expected to arrive before we go on tour to America, which again, our first pre-season game's in a week. I think our first game in America is on the 27th of July, I believe. So hopefully we get MBUEMO sorted by then. First game, 27th of July against West Ham. So that's 2 weeks tomorrow. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. But that's the latest on that situation. MBUEMO, hope that United can get him in before we do head off to America. I'm hopeful we can, and hopefully we get the here we go this week. Now the last thing, Rodrigo. Now obviously he's not really getting much playing time for Madrid. I've seen this come out from George AC Picon, and it was going around. He's made the most reliable source. Certainly something to think about. Manchester United are looking for more wingers, and Rodrigo is the players they have liked for a long time. Now listen, we know we need wingers, and we don't really play with wingers, which again is certainly something interesting because we're not a team that play with wingers. But again, it's really a conversation. I do think he will leave Madrid. He wants to stay in Europe. I think he will, like Arsenal probably seems the most likely destination. I don't think he really suits the system as well. I mean, he's not really playing in the Xabi Alonso system. I don't think he really suits the Manchester United system either, to be honest with you. No doubt he's a talented player. I think one of the most underrated players in the Real Madrid team. Because obviously you got Vinicius, Mbappe, Bellingham, like those sorts of players. But I think he has done a very, very good job for them. And yeah, listen, certainly someone I'd look at, but I just don't think it's someone Manchester United are going to sign. But listen, I'm going to leave it there for the evening update. The latest, Onana, he's set to miss the pre-season tour. He is still expected to be the number one and stay at United, but he will miss the pre-season tour. We have looked at keepers, John Victor, someone we've looked at from Botafogo for 5.9 million, who has a release clause. And MBUEMO deal expected to get done. We kind of know that. It's just about United just doing typical United stuff in the transfer window. And yeah, that is really about it. So thank you for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I will see you on the next one.